Dressing Room Chats. My name is Travis Walter. I am the Artistic Director of Meadow Theater, and today we've been invited into the dressing room of Kara Kimmer, who plays Auda and many other characters in Around the World in 80 Days. Kara, thank you so much for allowing us into your dressing room this afternoon.
You're welcome. You're more than welcome in here.
Oh, we're more than welcome.
Absolutely.
Excellent.
I get lonely here.
Now, Kara, you graduated from Oakland University just a couple years ago, and you have been since working professionally all across the country. What is it like to come home and work at your local professional theater?
First of all, thank you for the compliment of a few years ago, because it was much longer. It's a gift, really. I mean, to be able, you're out in New York and traveling, and you're not able to always share the experience with your teachers and your friends, and a lot of the bulk of your support throughout this. So it's really, really fun to come back and to be able to represent OU, and then on top of it have grandma and aunts and uncles and friends and family be in the audience. It's really rewarding.
Well, we're certainly happy to have you. We're certainly happy you came home to join us. And as I said before, you play many characters in this show. Which character is your favorite to play in, and why? Princess
Auda is my favorite because it challenges me, because she tries so hard to keep up with the boys, and a lot of her sentences get cut off by the guys, and they're just so funny on stage, and I try so hard to keep a straight face, and I think it's fun to kind of represent the female role and the female opinion, I guess, of things, and trying to get her words in there wherever she can.
Now, you speak of being with the guys out there, and literally, this is a cast of 5, 4 of which are gentlemen. So, what is it like being the only woman on stage?
I like it on stage because I'm able to know that there's other females in the audience. Off stage, it's again a challenge, because I'm realizing it's almost a therapy for myself a little bit, because I realize how emotional women are, or at least I am, because I continually will be filled with all kinds of emotions, opinions, thoughts, and I realize that most of us women usually go to other women as that outlet, and I realize that I gotta kind of leave stuff at the door and come in, have my game face, and almost be an athlete, like a football player with these boys.
Because all of these people that you're on stage with are very, very, very funny individuals, has anything ever happened that is crazy or funny or not meant to have happened, or anything that has made you actually crack on stage?
Yes. I think if something isn't funny, then it's a problem, because every single thing that they all do is hilarious. There's been some things like a prop will come, maybe out of place. Like I think Rusty, there was a point where his gun flew into the audience, and I think another point, costumes, would get caught on something, and it's all because the guys, especially, like there's some that play like 16 characters. The great thing is that whenever something does go wrong, or I guess out of the norm, what's hilarious is these guys are just, everybody's so quick-witted and professional that they use the mistake in the play, and it becomes more real to the audience, so it's a lot of fun.
You have a strange way, Ralph, of proving that the world has grown smaller, so you can go around it in 3 months.
80 days.
80 days?
Oh, that is true. There is an estimate made by the Daily Telegraph.
The article Mr. Fogg and Mr. Sullivan are referring, Great Indian Peninsula Railway at last complete, appears on page 3 of the Daily Telegraph, 2nd October 1872. It discusses how the section between Rotal and Allahabad has finally opened, thus connecting Bombay and Calcutta by rail, making it possible for one to travel around the world by steamer and rail. The estimate made by the Daily Telegraph is thus: London to Suez by rail and steamer 7 days, Suez to Bombay by steamer 13 days, Bombay to Calcutta by rail 3 days, Calcutta to Hong Kong by steamer 13 days, Hong Kong to Yokohama by steamer 6 days, Yokohama to San Francisco by steamer 22 days, San Francisco to New York by rail 7 days, and New York to London by steamer and rail 9 days. Total is, let's carry the one, is 80 days.
What would you say is the most rewarding part of playing Princess Auda and all these characters here in Around the World in 80 Days?
I think the most rewarding part to be Princess Auda is because most of the roles or anything I've been cast as have been have been dancing, and it's really fun to be able to use that comedic training, and I think it's really fun to play that Princess Ouda character with that, because it's straight theater and it's comedy throughout the entire way. I can't dance my way out of something. Ouda it. Pun intended. And then I think just as an actor, being with the director and everybody that's involved in these guys, you can't always, you're not the casting director, so you don't get to choose who's going to be on stage and with you, and no different from anybody else's 9 to 5. And when you're put together with such talented people and professionals, that's definitely the most rewarding, especially when there's only 5 of us and everybody's just so professional. It's like a machine that came together.
Excellent. And if you could tell people, if you could look into that camera and talk to the audience, tell them one reason why they should come see Around the World in 80 Days.
That one's easy. It's the most raw form of live theater. Not only is it something that's entertaining and for all ages and a good show to see, you're going to laugh, you're going to have fun, but the biggest thing for me is that whether you are a theater goer or not a theater goer, it's the truest form, and it represents live theater to the fullest, because at the end of the show you have 5 actors that come walking out on stage, and I think for anyone, you kind of have this feeling like, oh, this is how it works, this is what happens behind stage and in rehearsals, and like I get it, how it all comes together.
Well, I'm 100% biased, but I think it's a fantastic show, and you should come see it. Kara, thank you so much for allowing us into your dressing room.
You're welcome.
Please come see the show before it closes October the 26th. More information will follow, and thank you for following Dressing Room Chats. Have a good day.